Well, hell, fire. It's RockdaRiff, and I am back for another Metalhead Envy. Back with some more King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. and, excuse me. We're going to check out Year of Our Lord and the follow-up track. I can't remember what the title of that was. Seems like I'm going to break my rule. I say it anything under 2 minutes, but these are pretty close. So we'll do a pair today for sure. I like where we started with on the first track of this record. I like the Western theme and the riffing that comes with Western theme. And y'all I'd asked, was this ever really played live? And y'all mentioned the tribute. I guess it was like kind of a tribute service to Ambrose's father. And I was like, okay. Excuse me. I don't know why I cannot get the damn gunk. Let's dive on in and continue our Western journey. What was that? Sounded like somebody said, "Now! Now!" Or wow. Or whoa. Or wow. Wow!
Chapter 1.
Okay.
We've been watching the farmhouse for a while.
Yeah, I really like this riff. It kind of makes me think of 50s, 60s, or I'm sorry, not 50s, but 60s, 70s rock. Like the guitar tone actually kind of reminds me a little bit of some guitar tones on Ghost's second album. But I like it. That's my favorite Ghost album. Is it always... Yeah, okay, so I'm assuming Broderick Smith, which y'all told me the reason why he has an English accent is because he was a... Did I read he was an actor and a blues comedian? Or comedian. I'm stupid. A blues musician? Because, I mean, the dude sounds American.
Chapter 1. They've been watching the farmhouse for a while, maybe all day. There were two of them, both young and fit and desert hardened. They were lords of where they lived, and they had no foreign teaching from white men or Mexicans. Except for one thing. They hated the Mexicans more than the white men because of their cruelty. And they'd learned cruelty from the Mexicans very well in return. The smoke from the mud house curled up into the sky like an albino snake. The two young men watched and counted the white men down in the farmyard. A tall man and two shorter ones, maybe his sons. A woman would occasionally come out from the shack, get water from the well in the front yard, and carry it back inside. A small child would be with her. The men watching on the rim had no calendars, so they didn't know the date. 12th of June, Year of Our Lord, 1854.
I like that whole spooky section right there. I'd have to go back a few more times to really catch everything that Broderick is saying. But instrumentation wise, that's been my favorite. I like that main riff, but that's been my favorite. Super spooky. I know I heard an albino snake. Fucking Albino snake. Wow! Is that somebody doing that? Or did they record? Did they record a like a panther or a jaguar or like a big ass cat? Is that a sample of a big ass cat distorted? Because that's kind of what it makes me think of now. Like a how them some bitches sound.
But one thing they did know, about an hour away with the rest of their party, 8 men, all armed, running smoothly and trackless over the rocks. One of the watchers moved away to tell the main party of what they had seen. The raid was about to start.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot camp.
The raid. Okay. This is interesting. I like the instrumentation, but I think the fact that it's like my mind is wrapped around the fact, if I could say the fact a million more times, that it's a story being narrated like this. So it's kind of like I'm caught up between a rock and a story because I just want to focus on the music, which normally that's how my brain works. But now I'm curious about the story. So I have to focus less on the instrumentation, try to listen to what. Sorry, guys. Still waking up this morning. Listening to what Broderick is saying, but at the same time, I like the riffing and how I just like the sound of this. Like I mentioned before, Ghost's Sackett record is my favorite album of theirs, and it has that 70s rock. I don't know, anything that kind of puts me in the realm of the Doors. I don't know why I love that guitar tone and sound and everything, and that's kind of where I'm at so far with Eyes Like the Sky. All that's on the album cover is eyes like though. Where's the sky? Is that supposed to be? I bet you if I bought a poster of this, my sister would like that. She likes Western stuff, Western themed stuff so much. I was about to say, I figured the raid would be upbeat. Now it's the battle. Old Gallop. What's funny, the riff, the short riff that I was making this morning, I knew I was getting ready to do some Eyes Like the Sky, so I kind of wanted to do a gallop myself. I don't know why. I dig that shit. Maybe it's because I can actually pull it off somewhat. That timing, my hand understands. Some other rhythms I would love to master. Fuck! I gotta wake up. Some other rhythms I would love to master. So much harder for me to understand. But I like the gallop. I like that tremolo riff too.
They were not after money. They were not after alcohol. They were after guns and young children to raise as their own. War had made it necessary to take child captives. The rest would be slaughtered. That is how Miguel O'Brien became a Yavapai Apache warrior. He was 5 years old.
This kind of explains King Gizzard's style, honestly. The fact that they, this early in their career, did such a cool little Western thing, it kind of explains some of their melody choices. Because I would think anybody that would take the time to go through all my shorts, the short guitar riffs that I post here on the channel, or my band's first and second album, I feel like they would hear how much I lean towards a minor key thing. And I feel like Western music like this, somebody that understands music a whole lot better than me can explain it better, but I swear it's like their riff choices, the semi-note stuff that they do. I mean, the reason why I like King Gizzard so much is because I feel like their riff writing and my own is pretty close. Which I hope that don't sound weird. It's just because of like the sounds I enjoy. It's like one of the riffs I wrote and posted was getting a little bit of attention, and somebody commented, was like, "Yo, you need to change that top string to the fifth flat and the fifth flat note and all that." And I'm like, why do I need to? Like, I'm not saying that what you're saying is bad, but why do I need to change it? Was the melody cool or not? I don't understand music theory enough to break it down in that sense, because it's like I've worked with some people and I've met some guitarists. My guitarist I worked with, he could understand that. He understood theory a little bit more, and he would explain certain things to me. He'd be like, well, if you're playing an A minor sharp seventh, then you can always go to these notes because they will complement that note. And I got that. I was like, all right, so that makes sense. But I like the fact that he was more, he goes, you don't have to do that. He goes, but, he goes, theory wise, those notes will always complement these notes. And I get that. Like mixing both of them together and stuff. But my original point when I started this rant was, I feel like listening to this explains King Gizzard's style that has developed and evolved through all their albums that I've checked out. I mean, I'll mention PDA once again, Petro Dragonic. Now hearing Eyes Like the Sky, it explains it. I was like, damn, these dudes do some really cool semi-note shifts and changes. And I've always liked that because I'm always trying to do cool semi-note changes and shit like that. But let's keep rolling. I've ran my mouth long enough. I'm surprised Tarantino hasn't used music off this album. Hell yeah, I like how they've done this record. Alright. I think the Raid so far, instrumentation wise, has been my favorite. I like that tremolo riff. I like the gallop. And like the whole spiel I just went on. I like semi-note changes. I know I've mentioned this before, but when I first started posting riffs on my TikTok, one guy had reached out to me and we talked a little bit. He was like, dude, you're the king of semi-note changing. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, instead of changing, like if you're in the third and going to the fifth, you like to do a lot of the third to the fourth to the second. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking love riffs like that. I'm always trying to do something cool. Yeah. I was like, this guy is interested so far. I feel like the narration is what keeps this record, maybe why the fan base sleeps on this record a bit more, because it's a song and it's music, but it's still not, it don't have the chorus that you can sing along with, and it don't have that vocal side of it that so many people connect to. But me, the musician in me, is liking this record. I'm digging the fuck out of this record so far. If this ends up being your first time to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Help me out. And I'm excited to read what y'all's thoughts are on this album. But right now, I'm going to have to go splash some water in my face, try to wake the up, and continue on. So, stay positive, stay rocking, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.